Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Episode 11 of The Adoption Door. I'm your host, Andres, and this is a place where I share your stories that you either write in or record yourself and email to me at theadoptiondoor@gmail.com. Okay, quick correction. In the last episode, I made a slight faux pas when I stated that it was Episode 9 of the second season, when in actuality, it was the 10th episode of the second season. Thought I'd quickly make that distinction. Okay, moving on, and a little insight as to how I choose to theme my episodes. Basically, what I do is I take a few stories in which people have written me and find a common denominator, or theme, if you will. Having said that, the theme in the following stories is this: deciding whether or not to adopt a child. A weighty decision, to be sure. Our first story comes to us anonymously, and they write, "As an adoptee, I have a unique perspective on the topic of how parents know they are ready to adopt. My own experiences growing up in an adoptive family have given me insight into the complex decision-making process that prospective adoptive parents go through. In this lengthy first-person narrative, I will delve into the various factors and considerations that can help parents determine if they are prepared to embark on the journey of adoption. Becoming a parent is a monumental decision, one that comes with its own set of joys and challenges. For adoptive parents, the path to parenthood is often paved with additional considerations and deliberations. In my own journey as an adoptee, I've come to understand that knowing you're ready to adopt is not a straightforward process. It's a multifaceted decision that involves emotional, financial, and logistical aspects. Before delving into the practical aspects, it's crucial for the prospective adoptive parent to understand their motivation. Why do they want to adopt? Is it to provide a loving home to a child in need, or is it influenced by societal expectations or personal reasons? Reflecting on the why behind the desire to adopt is a fundamental starting point. Adopting a child is a profound emotional commitment. Parents must be prepared for the roller coaster of emotions that come with adoption. It's not just about the joy of bringing a child into their lives. It's also about navigating the complexities of attachment and identities that can arise in an adoptive family. For me, growing up as an adoptee, I witnessed firsthand how my adoptive parents navigated through these emotions. They were patient, understanding, and always open to discussing my adoption story, which helped me develop a strong sense of identity and belonging. Adoption can be financially demanding. Prospective parents need to assess their financial stability and ability to provide for a child. This includes the costs associated with adoption agency, legal fees, medical expenses, if adopting an infant, and ongoing expenses related to raising a child. Navigating the legalities of adoption can be intricate. Prospective parents must be prepared to meet the legal requirements of adoption in their country or region. This might involve background checks, home studies, and compliance with adoption regulations. Furthermore, they should consider the logistics of welcoming a new child into their home. Is their living space suitable for a child? Do they have the necessary support systems in place, such as childcare arrangements and a strong network of friends and family? Adoption education is essential. Prospective parents should seek out resources, attend adoption classes, and connect with support groups to gain insights into the adoption process. Learning about the unique needs of adopted children and how to address them is vital for a successful adoption journey. In my own experience, I benefited greatly from the support and understanding of my adoptive extended family. Prospective adoptive parents should consider how their extended family will react to the adoption. Open and honest communication can help build a support system that embraces the new addition to the family. Individual readiness is crucial, but so is the readiness of a couple if adopting as a partnership. They should discuss their expectations, roles, and responsibilities as parents. Adopting can bring its own set of challenges, and a strong, united front is essential. In my journey as an adoptee, I've come to appreciate the depth of consideration that goes into the decision to adopt. Prospective adoptive parents must assess their emotional preparedness, financial stability, legal readiness, and support systems. They should also reflect on their motivation and commitment to providing the loving, nurturing environment for a child. Ultimately, knowing you're ready to adopt is a deeply personal decision. It's a commitment to providing a child with a loving and stable home. It's a journey that can immensely be rewarding for both the child and the parents. My hope is that this narrative sheds light on the complexities and considerations involved in this life-changing decision. Drawing from my own experiences as an adoptee, the insight gained from witnessing my adoptive parents' journey. Thank you to whomever sent in that story. Our next story comes from Matthew. He writes, deciding to adopt a child is a journey that unfolds over time, marked by a multitude of emotions, reflections, and pivotal moments. As an adoptee myself, I want to share my own experience and perspective on this life-changing decision. My journey toward adopting a child began with a seed of desire that had been planted in my heart from a young age. Growing up, I always knew that I was adopted, and my adoptive parents were open and loving in discussing my adoption story. This sense of belonging in my adoptive family and my curiosity about my own origins sparked a deep-seated longing to provide a loving home to a child in need. The decision to adopt was not one made lightly. It was a decision rooted in knowledge and understanding. I immersed myself in research, delved into books, articles, and documentaries about adoption. I attended adoption seminars and connected with adoptive parents to gain insights into the joys and challenges that lay ahead. One poignant moment during this phase was meeting with a social worker who specialized in adoption. Their guidance was invaluable in helping me navigate the complexities of adoption and the legalities involved. It was here that I truly comprehended the weight of the decision and responsibilities it entailed. Emotions ran high during this period of self-reflection. I questioned my readiness on a daily basis. Could I provide a stable and loving environment for a child? What kind of parent would I be? The emotional roller coaster was intense, marked by moments of self-doubt and exhilarating waves of excitement. One of the most heartening aspects of this journey was the unwavering support of my friends and family. I confided in my closest confidants, sharing my fears and aspirations. Their encouragement and reassurance bolstered my confidence and reaffirmed my decision. With my mind made up, I embarked on a formal process of adoption. I selected an adoption agency that aligned with my values and began to meticulously work on the paperwork and background checks. The legal process was a labyrinth of forms, interviews, and evaluation. It was during this phase that the reality of becoming a parent through adoption started to take shape. Perhaps the most trying part of adoption journey was the waiting for the call that would connect me with the child who would become part of my life. It was a period marked by anticipation, anxiety, patience. Every phone call was met with heightened nerves, hoping it would be the call that changed my life forever. Then it happened. I received a call that would forever alter the course of my life. The agency found a match, a beautiful child in need of a loving home. The day was met with a whirlwind of emotions. From the first hug to the tears of joy, it was a moment of profound connection, as if the universe had conspired to bring us together. Becoming a family through adoption was the process of adaptation, growth, and love. It required patience and understanding as we navigated the unique challenges that came with our shared journey. But it was also a process filled with immeasurable love, laughter, and the realization that family is not defined by blood, but by bonds that we create. Looking back on this journey, I am filled with gratitude for the decision to adopt. It has been a path, self-discovery, love, profound meaning. I've learned that readiness to adopt is not solely about being prepared for the practicalities. It's about having an open heart and the willingness to embrace the unknown. Deciding to adopt a child was a transformative experience, one that changed the course of my life in the most beautiful way. It was a decision that required self-reflection, research, and unwavering support of loved ones. Through the highs and the lows, the moments of joy and doubt, I found my way becoming a parent through adoption. And in that journey, I discovered the boundless love that comes with welcoming a child into your heart and your home. Thank you for that story, Matthew. Okay, moving right along with our next story, which comes to us from Elise in Canada. And she writes, deciding to adopt, a journey of love and hope. As someone who has experienced a profound journey of adoption firsthand, I am compelled to share my story and the intricate process of deciding to adopt a child. This deeply personal narrative is a testament to the transformative power of love and the resilience of the human spirit. My journey towards adoption began a long time ago, a quiet whisper in the recesses of my heart. I had always known that I wanted to become a parent, but life had taken me on unexpected twists and turns, leading me down the path I had not initially envisioned. It was during a particularly reflective period in my life that the idea of adoption began to take root. There are some key differences with respects to adoption here in Canada as opposed to the US. For example, no money is exchanged between the birth mother and the prospective parent or parents. Any gifts, monies, or other incentives are strictly illegal here in Canada. That's not to say that the process is free. There are, in fact, fees, both legal and administrative, that need to be paid, but the birth mother never sees any of it. This is to keep the birth mother's decision to whom she gives her child to as far from prejudicial as possible. Another key difference is that once you turn down a child for adoption, that's it. You don't get another chance. I vividly remember the moment when the decision began to crystallize. It was a warm spring afternoon, and I found myself engrossed in a documentary about the plight of orphan children around the world. Their stories of resilience and hope in the face of adversity touched something deep within me. It was as though a switch had been flipped, and I realized that adoption was not only a viable option, but also a calling. However, this initial surge of determination was just the beginning. The decision to adopt is not one to be taken lightly. It involves a labyrinth of emotions and considerations. I embarked on a journey of self-discovery, seeking to understand my motivations, expectations, and fears surrounding adoption. I joined support groups and sought the counsel of adoptive parents who have generously shared their own stories with me. One of the most profound realizations during this process was that adoption is not a one-size-fits-all solution. There are various avenues to explore, from domestic adoption to international adoption, and each comes with its unique set of challenges and joys. I began to explore these options with an open heart and an inquisitive mind, trying to discern which path resonated with me. I also grappled with my own insecurities and fears. Would I be a good parent? Could I provide a loving, stable home for my child that experienced loss and trauma? These doubts, though daunting, were essential to confront. Through therapy and support from friends and family, I gradually came to accept that parenthood, whether through birth or adoption, comes with its uncertainties and learning curves. As I navigated the intricate web of paperwork, background checks, and interviews with adoption agencies, I was acutely aware of the emotional roller coaster that awaited. The waiting period, in particular, tested my patience and resolve. It was during these moments of uncertainty that my support system proved invaluable. Friends and families rallied around me, offering a shoulder to lean on and words of encouragement. Then, one day, the call came. A child, a beautiful soul in need of a loving home, was waiting for me. The joy and trepidation I felt were indescribable. The moment I held my child for the first time, I knew that all the doubts and fears had been worth it. Love, pure, unconditional, flowed between us, erasing any boundaries of biology or genetics. The journey of adoption is not without its challenges. There have been moments of heartache, difficult conversations, and unexpected twists along the way. Yet these trials have only deepened my commitment to parenthood. Through the process of adoption, I have learned the profound truth that a family is not solely defined by blood ties, but by the bonds of love and connection that are forged through shared experiences and unwavering devotion. In retrospect, deciding to adopt a child has been the most transformative and rewarding choice of my life. It has taught me the power of resilience, the beauty of diversity, and the boundless capacity of human heart to love and nurture. My journey as an adoptive parent continues to unfold with its ups and downs, but I am filled with an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the privilege of being part of my child's life. To anyone considering adoption, I offer this advice. Take the time to explore your own motivations and fears. Seek guidance and support, and approach the journey with an open heart. Adoption is a profound act of love, a testament to the belief that every child deserves a chance at a loving and nurturing home. It is a journey that will change your life in ways you cannot yet imagine, and it is a decision that you will never regret. Well, thank you for sharing your story, Elise. It was very informative. A big thank you to all those who submitted their story. Once again, I'm your host, Andres. If you'd like to share your story, you can do so by emailing me at theadoptiondoor@gmail.com. We all certainly look forward to your submissions. And whether you catch my show as a podcast or via YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. It really helps my algorithm. It would be greatly appreciated. Okay, that's it for show 11 of season 2. Thank you for taking the time to listen, because this is a one-man operation, and your support means a lot to me. I'll see y'all in the next episode, number 12 of season 2, or if you're counting, number 18. And remember, be good to yourself and be kind to others.